Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Leo. It is a general reading. That being said, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't sound like it's your story, check your other placements. Your messages could be there. So this is about someone who went to the extreme with regards to a situation, something they deeply regret right now. They're carrying a lot of guilt for that, and I feel like they are wishing to be able to change things, to take a new direction, or to be able to fix this, to heal this, to be shown a way, because they don't, at this point, are unsure. It's like, what do I do? Should I or shouldn't I? So I feel like I feel like it could feel, maybe it's not so much about how, as how do I do this, as to should I do this? Should I go back and say I'm sorry? And because it feels like they could be frustrated. It feels like there's been perhaps more than one time where they have disagreed, where they felt like they weren't going to get what they wanted and walked away from it, got upset. It's like there's some very intense feelings about getting what they want. And these feelings, or this some beliefs that they're carrying from their past experiences that they're carrying, are what is generating these very intense thoughts in this person, and are indeed the obstacle that fell in the path between you two, and are really, it's because of this that that they did not get what they wanted. Because this person has a lot of insecurities because of their past experiences, and that is the problem. So they may have, with this king, they would have passed judgment on a situation, and they are thinking of clearing things up, maybe apologizing, going back, because an action they took or did put them out in the cold, put you out in the cold also, you or them, whoever this is. These can be vice versa, these energies. So this is about making up one's mind to go back and apologize, to communicate, or to clear up something, or to, even if they walked away from this relationship, this is going back to fight for the relationship. I feel like they, with that Ten of Wands at the root, they are feeling a lot of guilt for something they said, and in the Five of Swords, for having went to the extreme, something they said or did, that it wasn't supposed to end like this. This was unexpected. This is something that just blew up. Okay? This is something that happened very quickly. It was conflict. In the background, there are two people. And so what's happening here is going on within the person. You know, it's going on. It's what fueled all this night, this conflicting thoughts about a situation having to do with past beliefs, having to do with their insecurities, caused them to go to the extreme with regards to your situation, and resulted in them losing much more than they thought they would, you know, or much more than they wanted. In fact, now they wish to come back because they're feeling regret. They're questioning that belief. We see it here. This person has a lot of emotional baggage. They are in the Four of Swords energy, and they are thinking about the obstacle. They are having to go deep for this because they have to open up the trunk and go places that may be painful, because change can be painful. Sometimes it forces us to look at things that we didn't want to, but it is necessary in order for growth, especially with Jupiter sitting here in the dice. Jupiter is about expansion. So it's about taking an action that somebody doesn't really want to take. I don't want to go back and look at those heartbreaking experiences, right? But in doing so, it actually will free them. So in doing so, in taking an action that they're not really, or have been avoiding to do, not really wanting to do, there is luck. The fact that Jupiter is here, it is saying that this person is thinking of entering into a relationship at this time, or re-entering. And so that's what they're doing here, because they're unhappy with their current circumstances. And the Five of Coins tells us, and it's here, it tells us that if you want change, you need to get up and make that change. This Five of Coins is in the reverse, so this is exactly what they're thinking of doing, making that change, helping themselves, not sitting down in defeat and waiting for help to arrive. And yeah, so this is about some transformation. And maybe, and whatever this is, I mean, this could be going back, this could be facing you, whatever this is, they know that it could sting, okay, or they are expecting this. They didn't get their wish in the past, but you see the wish here is in the upright. It's what they're thinking. Do I go after the wish or not? That's basically it. Okay, so this is they're looking at an idea. They're facing the past. They're looking at this idea about moving it to out of this choppy waters that it sits in, about moving themselves out of a place that they're not happy and that they never really intended to go. But I mean, this is the consequence of an action that they took, and this is about taking responsibility, for an action that they did take. With Cancer being here, and the fourth house being here, this person had a lot of insecurities, and they had a lot of bad experiences in their life, and they may have taken something personally. They may have misinterpreted your words or actions, and quickly reacted. They reacted badly because the triggers that they're carrying due to a bad experience they've had, or bad experiences that they've had through their life. Wounds that were only swept under the rug, never really healed, and that were festering. So it'll be very important for this person here. They will need to learn to be more open about their feelings rather than internalize them and make assumptions. They will need to learn not to be so impulsive, and to think before they speak or act. Also to make sure that they have all their facts, which they didn't. Um, they're feeling very guilty. There's recognition here of a deeper emotional issue. Okay, this is something they've had to open up the trunk to look back at if there was any hope or chance for this new beginning that they desire. And so they're in the Four of Swords. They're still here in the Four of Swords. They're here in the Four of Swords. They're here in the Four of Swords. And they're looking at which move to make. Yeah, Emperor and the Emperor. This is about restoring the order, taking back control of their life, and that includes changing the way they think, because the wounds of the past are what's controlling them. They lost a lot more than they bargained for. They were unwilling to compromise, unwilling to listen. But now, in order to restore the order, there's a realization of what they must do. Okay? And that includes compromise. That includes a willingness to listen. It's not just about talking. It's not just about opening up, but it's also about listening. You will get an apology for the way this ended and for the way they acted. They would have acted perhaps childish, immature with these pages here. They would have overreacted, jumped to conclusions. Again, I say that the change, they're fighting their own inner demons, okay? But this change is or was necessary in order to have this new beginning. So I really, what I understand is that it has happened for a reason. In order for this person to look at what has been blocking them, and what has been blocking them, blocking this relationship, it was actually hidden from them, but now with what happened, they are forced to look at it. They didn't want to look at it. They've been in denial of it. Because, see, they're looking back at the work that they've done. This could also be going back to fix something. This is about, look at that. This is somebody preparing to have a conversation. So they're thinking about what they're going to say. It is about a decision for the future for the couple. Yeah, see, the Wheel of Fortune. So they are going to ask you for a new opportunity. They want to know if you can still have a future together, and this, if you can move this. You see, there's your Six of Swords. You're in choppy water there, but here you've landed on a calmer shore. So this is an opportunity to take this to a calmer shore, or to a better place, to a more positive place. But you must be sure not to carry the swords. So these swords need to be taken care of, and it is a change that can be painful, but they need to be taken care of in order for this to work for the long term. Okay, there's a lesson here. because the wheel is here. So what is that lesson? That is what they need to find out. Because the wheel is here to say that, okay, something had to be learned here that you need for the next leg of the journey. If you learned it, it's going to work. It's going to, you will be able to move it to a better place. If you didn't learn it, then you are doomed to repeat it. That's what it's telling you. It's not here to say that everything is going to be okay. It's here to say, did you learn the lesson? Did you learn what you were supposed to learn from that cycle? Because you will need it for the next leg of the journey. So here, interestingly enough, we have the novice. The novice is reminding you to be teachable and humble. If you do not know something, don't pretend that you do. Chances are that you'll make an error that may cost you more than you wish to pay. You see, that is exactly what happened. So that in itself is a learning experience, right? And so it's telling you that new information is coming. This is the time to be open to learning and expanding. The novice reminds you that you need to stop and ask yourself, what lesson must I learn here? The lesson is always mirrored in the experience in front of you. So take a deeper look into the workings of whatever situation you're facing for your answer. You won't have to look far. The answer is right in front of you. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.